Good day, guys. Welcome to my channel. So I want to do is the Neco practical specimen for titration for the 2024 Neco examinations. So we are asked to prepare sodium carbonate. I have sodium carbonate, and you should prepare an acid, hydrochloric acid. So I already have, I poured out my stock, so I have a stock solution, so I just poured out a little since we are asked to measure just 3.8 cm cube. So let's just go into it. I would prepare the solution, so you watch me, and I'm going to titrate together after I am done with this, and then we'll get to the end point that will be required for this titration practical. So this is my weighing scale. I open it up. I place my weight class. It's 33.6 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bring it to 0.0. So we're asked to measure 6.00 grams of sodium carbonate. So I'm going to measure 6.00 grams. So that is 6.0 grams of my sodium carbonate. It's an empty beaker because I'm going to pour it inside this place to make sure everything leaves. So this is my water, my distilled water. I'm going to pour a little to rinse it, and I'll pour it inside this place. So I do it once again to make sure no particle is left. So I would use my stirrer. So I'll put this aside. I've measured it, so I'll use my stirrer and so I'll dissolve it, pour more water to ensure it dissolves completely. So it's dissolved. So this is my volumetric flask. Is a 1000 ml volumetric flask. So you can see here. So what I would do is I'll pour water inside here. Then I'll pour this inside there. I'll pour my dissolved sodium carbonate inside here. I'm supposed to use a funnel for this. So what I will do here is I forgot to use my funnel, so let me put it. So I'll put more water inside here to rinse it, to make sure that I rinse it, to make sure that everything here is out of this place. I could do that more. Of this is to make sure that everything here is out. So I make sure that everything here is out. So I pour. So the goal is that so that mark here is where it should get to. So I'll pour more. While I'm pouring there, I am making sure I don't exceed the mark. So the mark is here. So it's there. Okay, it's not completely there. So I'm going to use my dropper to make sure that it gets to that point. So it's almost there. So I'll drop. Just a very tiny drop. Yeah. So we are at the 100 mark. So I'll lay out my flask. I'll seal it, and I'll make sure I turn it 10 times. So let's go. 1. That is it. So this is my 1 dm cube of sodium carbonate solution. So this is a solution of 6.00 gram of sodium triazole 4 in 1 dm cube as instructed by National Examination Council. Okay, so we are done with that. It's now time for us to prepare our acid. So this is my I got this from my stock solution. So we are required to prepare 3.8 cm cube of this. So I'm going to measure 3.8 cm cube, and I'm going to pour it to make up a dm cube of solution. So what I do here is I'm going to carry out similar process. So what I am going to do is I'll fill this bottle. So you know, we don't pour water into acid, we pour acid into water. So I have this, so I'm going to fill this to an extent, pour my 3.8 cm cube inside it, and fill it up to the mark that I need. So now I'll open up this, I'll fill it up with this. I keep forgetting my funnel. So I fill this up. So I would measure so this is a measuring cylinder. So I measure my 3.8 cm cube. So look at this. It's over, so it's more than this. So I'll just pour away a little. So I have exactly 3.8. So if you look closely, you can see 3.8. So this is 4, and you can see 3.8. You can see, read from the lower meniscus. You can see 3.8 cm cube. You can read from the lower meniscus, 3.8. So I'm going to pour it here. Pour here. I'm going to pour from here and try to rinse it. Make sure everything leaves. I'll fill it up. So for here, you could see that there is also a mark somewhere around here. The mark, and it's not quite visible, but somewhere here. So I have to fill to that point. I'm supposed to get it at this point here. So it's there, but few points to get to that plus. I'm gonna use my dropper to fill it to that point. This is perfect. I'm going to do the same thing 10 times. I'm just being dramatic. It must not necessarily be 10, but just to make sure that everything rhymes together. So now I have my solution. So you know what? So this is my sodium carbonate. This is my HCl. So I could go ahead and label them so I don't pick one. So I'll label this so I don't make that mistake picking one instead of the other. HCl. We're instructed to label this BN. And we'll label this A. So guys, let's carry out the titration and get our endpoint. So I have my stuff. So these are the things I prepared earlier. So I'll pour a little. I'll try to shake it one more time. So I'll pour a little into this beaker. So this is my B. I'll pour a little of this into. Okay, so I have my funnel. So what I'll do is I'll pour. So I have filled up to the 0 mark. So you check, you would see that is on the 0 mark. Alright. So what I'm going to do is, so I'll prepare my base. So mark. So make sure it gets to the mark. add magnified orange, 2 drops. You can see the color. So I'll see the color. So I'm going to titrate against this. I have this is 0.00.